Top of the afternoon, traders, morning, good night, wherever you guys are located. Let's take a look at the trade setups that we have today. The stacker trades, nothing much has changed. This giant day we had Thursday, and we're still doing inside days in the euro and the Swiss franc. You can see the euro does still seem to want to go higher. As I said before, we had the opportunity. We can definitely go short and put a stop at that 135.26, but I'd rather play the Swiss franc trade that I currently have on there. We'll just take a look at that. We went long yesterday at 91.43, I believe. We did get all the way up towards the 88 today, but we can't seem to get any momentum, and it is well defined trade. You can see that we had to push higher. We just have our stop below this level, which was 91.09, or I think it's actually 91.06, if I believe. Or actually, maybe that's where I put it. 91.08 is the low. Looking for a continued move over. I like the trend line. I like everything that sets up here, but we did not get the poor GDP reading out of Europe today, which everyone was expecting. I guess the interest rate was just basically reduction was basically just a play by Draghi to hopefully knock the currency down from the appreciation that it had recently, and they're hoping that a lower currency obviously will help them with exports and so forth. But so this trade is still on, and we have limited risk, but looking for a push higher, obviously above this level. As I have said, that all these trades do appear to be a little bit long in the tooth. We'll just take a look at, I have a little chart for each one of these, obviously. You can see these are all the trades, blah, blah, blah. I basically put the summary of it. For example, this is the Swiss franc. So far this year, it would have been 3,300 pips, and I love the fact that the risk is limited. You guys have all seen this, though. So let's see, on this trade right now, obviously this would be the third leg, though. I didn't actually put the entry in here. The third leg would have been yesterday on November 13th, and that would have been along what? 0.9143, and the stop was at actually the stop loss is at 0.9106 and 0.9143. So there's not much risk. The risk on that trade is what, 37 pips. And we are looking for a very nice move to the top side. But as I said, most of these trades have a max time frame of about 20 days, and we are approaching that time frame. I mean, we were at what, we're at 16 days right now. And you just look back at, you can see that the duration here on these trades for this pair, you can see that we had on the 14th trade that has 626 pips. It closed after 22 days. On the 12th trade, which was 226 after 19, you see again 15 right here, 640, and then on 21 days, 781. So you can see that that this 20 level is a little bit magical. So the longer we sit here on the tooth, the better chance that these trades do close out. And then we see the same thing in the euro. You can see the moves right here, multiple moves in the beginning of the year: 20, 435, 20, 625, 20, 364, 20, 19, 434. So you can see just the days. It just seems to be something about human nature. I would have to say that we get closed at these points. And in the Great Britain pound, I'm sure it's similar again. That's 20, 23, 17, 18, 24 days. That was a bigger move, 1,078 pips. And then 15 days. So you can see that we have to keep our eyes open to that. That's why I didn't jump into all these trades across the board. And we should have new setups relatively soon. So let's save that, and let's go ahead and take a look. If we had taken all the trades that recommended this week, it would have been a beautiful week so far, 469 pips. So that's if we had rode them to the final. And I closed the Euro JPY yesterday up 10 pips, where it actually would have been plus 25 and would have had that double across the board. So it has been this month has been profitable to be back into these trades. I guess last month was just an anomaly. For the whole month of October, you can see if you had done all the trades, it would have been 233 pips, but I actually made minus 185. But like in the past months, you can see this is in the 55. We had what, 1,500 pips in September and August. It was gangbusters, 3,200 pips, and in July we had 22,000 pips. 2,000 pips. in those pairs. But the reason these numbers have gone down a bit is just basically the euro pairs have just basically shut down. You can see that they were blockbuster in August, and in September things began to slow down, except for the euro JPY. October they were non-existent, and in November so far we really haven't had very much to do in those pairs also. But let's look at the 50 fib trades that we had yesterday. And the setups, and see exactly what we did. As I only had 2 setups that I posted, and I decided not to put that trades in place. So, I mean, I put them up on the Twitter feed. That's more than enough for you guys. We see here if we look at the Aussie New Zealand setups from yesterday, as you can look in the Great Britain New Zealand, I was on wait and see in this pair because this baby is just doing nothing. You can see we have an expanding range, but it is stopping right around this 93.50 area. But it is continuing to probe a little bit higher, but also a little bit lower. So basically, until we get a break of this range, I'm a little bit hesitant to jump into trades on this pair because it really doesn't know what it wants to do. And you can see that today we had the spike down lower yesterday, and and you can see then it just slowly, gradually moved back up the whole time. And I'm not sure if I see a setup that I'd be interested in that pair again tomorrow. I'll have to take a look at that at the close. And the Great Britain Oz, though, this was a beautiful setup I put on there that I was interested in going long. I think I put it on 170, 135. I'm not 100% sure. And this played out perfectly right around 21. You just put your trigger in, and boom. 135 pips and just a pullback. And the reason I was looking to go long rather than short, even though we had that initial pop higher, is, I mean, obviously the trend is higher, and until the trend breaks higher, I'm not going to fight it. And you can see, though, on a larger scale, this pair is just gradually moving higher, and there's not much to be said or done at this moment. And why fight it? It was actually just go for the ride, and that's what I'm looking for in there. And let's look at the Europe, the JPY pairs. You can see that in those crosses we just didn't have any pullbacks whatsoever, just continuing to go up. The Great Britain JPY broke above this 160 level, which is very key on the daily chart, so we'll keep our eyes on that for the continued push higher. If we get a close above that, we could be on our way up towards that 162.90 level, which put a little tidbit on the blog about that. In the Euro JPY, we never got a pullback also. In this pair is definitely on a upward trajectory also. If you look, you can see for the last couple of days, it's just basically been up and away from this 131 level. And just continuing to push higher, and that will be more so a product of the yen, which is right around this 100 level. But more importantly, in this pair, you'd want to see a break of this 160 level, because that would break the trend for having lower lows and so forth, and it would break the trend. It would be a new push higher in the cross. All right, everybody, I'll push out the trades once again. Remember, don't jump into anything until we have Asia in full swing, which is 2100 Eastern time. Depending where you are, that's obviously going to be different. And just put the trade on. My new thing is just put the trades in and just let them go on the computer. Let them go on the computer with the entries, and everything will be okay. Well, I'm not sure if it'll be okay, but that's one way that you can take advantage of the trading in Asia while you sleep. There is always going to be the chance that there's a large move down, and you will get knocked out of the trade on big candles, but that's just the risk reward. That's just part of the game. I mean, you could obviously set up alarms, alerts. That's what I do, and but sometimes you are up pretty much all night long with the alerts going off. So it's better maybe just to do the risk. Better to take the little bit of added risk to have a little bit of peace of mind. All right, everybody, have a great night. See you in the AM.